Back in my 20s, a long time ago, I described myself as a skiaholic. All I ever wanted to do was ski. So all of my time, effort, and every last penny went towards my ski addiction. Immediately out of high school, I bolted straight to the Colorado Rocky Mountains, where it took me 3 years to get it out of my system. Luckily, it worked, and I did get it out of my system, enabling me to get on with my life. Fast forward a handful of decades later, my middle school age daughter, without any push from me, desperately wanted to try skiing. I was both excited and terrified at the same time. Excited because skiing had been such an important part of my life, and she too wanted to pursue it. Terrified because the dollar amount to go skiing had inflated dramatically over time. Ski areas now, for the most part, are corporate owned, and along with that came staggering lift prices in addition to long lift lines that meander for miles. Why would people pay that much money to stand in line for hours? I had no idea how I was going to pull it off. The first couple of seasons of my daughter's skiing was limited to just the bunny runs, or a few green runs, which meant she only needed a beginner lift ticket, which is very affordable. However, in the back of my mind, though, I knew someday she was going to need something more. In my attempt to find a solution, I stumbled across Big Moose Mountain in Greenville, Maine. It's a story much like a Disney movie. The short version is, here was a beautiful mountain that had many owners over the years that struggled to make a go of it. Eventually, to the disappointment of many, it was discarded at the side of the road and left in shambles. But it was a much-loved mountain by the locals of Greenville, Maine, and eventually the town stepped in as a community and offered to the current owner to operate it. He gave them their blessing, and an army of local volunteers buckled down and got to work. They had to bring the lift back to life and get it certified. Runs needed to be cleared of overgrowth. Snowmaking had many issues, and the list kept growing. But the community pulled it off. It's now an operational ski area once again. As I said, this is the short version. But here is a mountain that believes skiing is for everyone, not just the elite. With the lift tickets at just $35 for students and $40 for adults, we had to give it a try. So off we went over winter break. Would Big Moose Mountain deliver? The mountain catered to family skiing, and admittedly, in its current state with only one chair to mid-mountain, it didn't offer as much for me, but I didn't care because my family was having an absolute blast. The snow was great, the blue and green runs were groomed to perfection, the view of Moosehead Lake was spectacular, and we never waited in a lift line. Because we never waited in the lift line, the vertical feet added up quickly, and we were exhausted by the end of each day. Also, for more advanced skiers and boarders, Big Moose Mountain is now running a 12-passenger snowcat to the top, which looked right up my alley. But unfortunately, it was only running on weekends, so I didn't get a chance to try the top of the mountain. Remember, it's all volunteers. Big Moose Mountain was the solution I was looking for. It offered my family a big mountain experience without the overcrowding hassle and a budget-friendly lift ticket. We will absolutely be back. Greenville, Maine, you should be proud of what you've accomplished.